Ready for the mosh pit, shaka bra.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast Play One Virtual Life is Strange fan podcast. This is episode 125, side B. I am one of your co-hosts, Adnan Riaz. My co-host Adam Evalt is here. Evalt, you are here.
Oh, we're 125 episodes deep, and I haven't aged a bit.
No, you have not. You have not aged a bit.
No.
Neither have I either. I've just forever in a perpetual abyss state. That's where I'm at. So, the muscles and body and everything else aches every single day. But we are back though, because we are here to keep you entertained. And again, we've got a lot of things to talk about. It's a lot. Lost Records focus on Life is Strange bits as well. It's getting to the end of the year. Everyone's in shutdown mode. We all kind of want to wrap up and be done with things. I think that's where the gaming industry usually hits this stage as well. So we will head towards the end of the year with you guys. So if you are new here to start with, please do consider dropping subscribe to the channel, turn notifications, like the video, and share with your friends. StrangeCast available. StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. Check us out on Spotify with the video version, Apple Podcast. Go and check us out on those platforms. Go and rate us. Go and download us. You can help support us and support us and boost our visibility. Sorry, my head's completely going here. We are available on Patreon. So go and check us out on Patreon if you would like to support us. And also as well, we are on social media, so you can follow us, and we can obviously we love your support and we would greatly appreciate it. But Adam, speaking of which, because I said Spotify, I'm going to pull it up on screen. I can't seem to open the full page up, but I did see the tag this morning, which was very cool. So I'm going to pull it up on screen. Do you see my screen on there? So this is our Instagram
I see
page.
it.
I'm going to go to this user who is Fadoos, and they posted their wrap up from Spotify. As you can see in the top podcast. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go for Deuce.
Which is great.
Yay.
And they put as well there saying top spot went to Play One Virtual's podcast, which got me interested in all the behind the scenes work. And it took to create one of my favorite games of all time. Woo!
Yay. Thank you for Deuce. That's wild.
Yeah, we are
JoJo's ASMR.
Yeah, and you are good podcast. Ha! We're ahead of you there. Look at that.
Adam.
Even Fadoos called them out as well. I think Work While podcast would have been higher if they had put more episodes in. Cough.
Oh, got him. Got him, Work While.
Yeah, but Lost Records Journal put the effort in and got number one. So thank you so much for that. It made our day, which is great. If you are in your top podcast, let us know. Tag us on Instagram. We will share them, which is great as well. I saw quite a few last year, which is amazing. And nice. We got like quite a lot of increase on StrangeCast and Thingy on this one. So big shout out to Fadoos there for putting the Lost Records Journal in the top section, which we'd love to see. But speaking of Lost Records, Adam is going to take over this podcast because currently Sam Bradley's interview is pending on that podcast, so we haven't been able to get to it for a while. But we're going to bring it over here, which was I can't know if I say it's the big news because I think people are kind of like anticipating something else. Because you, sir, let me take you out first. You, like, it's going to be Stranger Things. It's going to be like this. There's no proof of me saying that because I deleted everything on Twitter.
Can I also say, like, not only was I not, like, I wasn't surprised it wasn't there because I was like, there's a chance. Dude, when they brought on David Harbour, and then he's like, oh, we're going to go Warhammer. I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, you knew what you were doing, David Harbour. You knew it. I was like, oh, David Harbour. He's going to come out like, oh, it's so special. We're going to make it a Stranger Things game. Because I stand by it. You're right in the middle of this big award show. And I don't know. There was a lot of eyes, and you brought on David Harbour. I don't care, dude. I'm a little peeved. You know what? I'm a little pissed about it.
This is what it's from one of my favorite guilty pleasure films as well. This is what the Nod Montreal team did to me, which was that. So you go watch the interview with James Franco and Seth Rogen, and the agents coming over to them because they want to get they want to, annihilate Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
This is that scene about honeypotting. This is what happened to me. I got honeypotted about Stranger Things and Nod Montreal and Netflix.
I really thought there was a strong chance. Now, like, people are saying, like, what if Double Exposure 2 is out there? I'm like, there's a chance, but like, I didn't think it was gonna be there, dude. But like, I had a strong feeling that like we were gonna get a trailer or something teased.
All the stars aligned where it was like they were in LA. They were taking pictures of the Netflix banner. Michel and Frederica were there. I always say that if you see Michel, Frederica, and Luke in some capacity somewhere, and even Kathy, it's like they are obviously working on something specific with wherever they're working. Like the coordination is always quite there. Michel was at the Game Awards, which amplified the message more. And then also as well, the poor timing of the tweet that led to this as well. It was like all the factors kind of bled into it. And
I don't know about this tweet. We were talked about this. I was like,
yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
Which I'll pull into the news as well, because we will talk about it. But it's like, they were throwing it all in there. And it was like, well, the tweet timing wasn't that helpful. And the way that they did it, it was like, come on, like, people are going to think this.
Nah.
And even for me, I thought it might even be like I'm talking about bare bones basic teaser. Do you know, it's just like a flash on the screen. I'm not saying that it has to even have gameplay, because at this point, Netflix can throw money at this like it's cannon fodder. Like Netflix has nothing to lose.
They can throw $82 billion at HBO, but they can't do a Game Awards trailer. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like I mean, like this is where the parameters have changed between Don't Nod marketing a game and Netflix. Netflix can throw money at this as much as they want. Netflix can burn through money like it's nothing at the minute. Hence why they're trying to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. That's like why their entire position is to take a major acquisition. So, like for me, it wouldn't surprise me, because I know Stranger Things comes to the end at the end of this month as well, that they put some kind of basic teaser out at some point or another going into next year. And I mean, bare bones basic.
Even like they had a Thanksgiving Day parade floats here in the States. So I'm like, okay, so they're really trying to like prop this Stranger Things IP up. They put it on a float. It's just like weird to me that I'm like, oh, well, they're gonna be at the Game Awards then, because we already know they're developing with Nod Montreal. So like, why not? Why not do it on like the biggest stage in gaming? Why not?
And then to be honest,
it's not to say that like this won't. And I just say like it's probably going to be at SGF. Like, let's be real, it's gonna be at SGF. But like, yeah, I was really thinking like we're gonna get something.
Yeah, the timings weren't really helpful. My silence for the last 2 days was kind of telling in that situation where I didn't expect it to be Stranger Things at the end of the day. I do think they will reveal it some part further down the line, because like Don't Nod has acknowledged this game exists and Netflix hasn't yet. Like Don't Nod has financially reported on this game and said existence, whereas Netflix is kind of like noise at least.
Yeah.
I think you will probably see something at least going into next year, I would expect. I think maybe later down the line. And I think and again, I think it's going to be really yeah, and I think it's going to be, it could even be a really basic, bare bones teaser. It doesn't even have to be like a full blown trailer. It could just be like a tease of something. But hey, they don't want to pay that.
Like that's what I mean. You've already announced your spin-off for Stranger Things. Why not just announce the game? Like while the hype is going, like why not? And I'm speaking to Netflix about this. I'm not speaking about Don't Nod Montreal, because I'm sure they don't really have a say in how they market this game. But like, yeah, Netflix, like, why not? Why not just announce it here? Like, I don't know, it just didn't make sense to me. Now tell me about this tweet here. That I'm fully unaware.
So basically, this kind of like bleeds into it. So obviously, the news was revealed of what it is, and we'll come into the discussion about that. This is the tweet that they put out, which, as you can see at the top, it was kind of put on Twitter, and then it was put on Facebook and put on, I think, Instagram stories. But they put that on the 8th of December, which is dress the part. See you on December 12th. So it was literally, people then started questioning. People started questioning, like, this is based in Paris, like, like the Don't Nod accounts. It's like, are they tweeting from that time zone? Because obviously the Game Awards would be on the 12th of December at that point. People were like questioning all kinds of things, but it was so vague and ambiguous. I'm like, come on, man! Like, don't do this. Is the same as the Abyss music video. You have to be so careful about like you're putting false expectations, because you can only do it so many times, and people are going to be like, react the way that they do. It's like, but then there's like a graphic as well they put on Instagram where it's like Nora with the fire around her, and it had like almost the Stranger Things-esque font, but it was the one that was built into Instagram. So it was like, and like, kind of like,
yeah, it's so cryptic. Like, why on December 12th? Like the day after? That is kind of weird. Yeah. I like the cat give as well.
Yeah, that kind of sums me up as well. Yeah, but like it was a coin toss. It could have been Lost Records merchandise. It could have been the Netflix thing, because like this IP has no other legs now at this point. Like they're not making another Lost Records game.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like and again, like my legs were like off the chair once David Harbour got onto the stage. I'm like, oh, here we go, baby. I was right this whole time. It's like Warhammer. I'm like, oh, yeah, dang it, David. I even sent you a drunken voice message, like
That was
saying like
hilarious.
it's not going to be here. There's only
anyone-
an hour left. Words.
For anyone wondering, at this point, I'd like signed off well into the award show, and I got these messages from Adam. I listened to the first one. I was like, listen, I was like, is he drunk? And there's like the second one. Then he's like, and yeah, I've been drinking. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I just heard the voice shift, and I was like, there's something off about that first message. And the second one, I'm like,
I was like, oh, this Belland not on the stage. How could they?
Oh God. So yeah, basically that was the tweet that kind of cryptically teased something. It was like, right, unfortunately it was not that. It was a lot minor, but very cool though, because as you can see here, here's the news, which is that merch when soon, very soon. We're thrilled to team up with Insert Coin to bring up the universe of Lost Records Boom Rage into a special new collection. Stay tuned for early 2026.
What's good?
And
yeah.
Speaking of which, Adam, there's just a little bit more detail, actually, which Insert Coin has revealed. So as you can see here, we're very excited to announce that we are working with our friends at Don't on a very special capsule collection for Lost Records Boom Rage. Join Autumn, Nora, Cat, and Swan on a trip back to Velvet Cove early in 2026, and keep a lookout for more news in the coming weeks.
Like that. So I all I'm going to say right now is that my birthday is January 6th. It's coming up. I've been reminding people that my birthday, it's my 35th birthday. And all I'm saying is that I will give you my address. I will give you my social security card. I'm just putting that out there that my birthday is January 6th.
Yeah, don't let him down, Insert Coin. Florian has already let him down with Aphelion by not releasing it on his birthday. Which Aphelion wasn't even at the Game Awards, but saying that, I don't think Donut's going to be spending $1 million on the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was like, I was shocked and not shocked at the same time. Like shocked in the way of like Aphelion not having a game trailer there. It was like, you got to hype up this new IP, and it could be a special IP. But at the same time, like you said, it's $1 million, dude. Like, come on. But yeah, going back to Insert Coin here. I'm excited to see this. I'm definitely, there's gonna be band t-shirts there, denim jackets, of course, dude. Hats, like I think like this is a prime like game title that I have an insert coin. Can we go to the Insert Coin website to just see like what their like clothing looks like? Because I remember
they do have Life is Strange ones if you want to compare it.
They have Life is Strange ones. And I remember their Tell Me Why collection. And Tell Me Why collection was like sick, dude. Yeah, look at that. Like they know how to design clothes, dude. They know the spirit of the game.
144 euros for the Max Caulfield. Oh my!
Wow!
Damn.
Coat and pen. That's wild. Yeah. They know how to make game merch, dude. They know how. Good for them. Ooh, is that a Jet Set Radio? Is that Jet Set Radio? But yeah, Life is Strange Before the Storm. They have that dragon t-shirt. They know how to make a good, subtle clothing,
Yeah.
But yeah, good for them. I'm excited to see this. It's going to be very 90s aesthetic, Can we go to the Tell Me Why collection now? Oh, sorry. I thought you were back. Yeah, the Tell Me Why collection was actually really good, dude. I remember that.
There you go.
Yeah.
The jacket was cool.
The jacket was cool. The hoodie was nice. The fireweed. Yeah.
I wish we got that Justin Bieber. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. The Tell Me Why collection was fire, dude. So I gotta say that right now. It was really good. So they know. Yeah, like they know how to make it, dude. They know how to make the clothing. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited for what they have. My birthday is January 6th. I will be turning 35, so please make me feel special. This is making me special little boy, Ew, that's weird. Don't say that.
Jesus Christ. No, it does look very cool. I think they could get quite a few things out there, which I think there's quite a few items that they can spin off there. I do hope that they outside of Insert Coin, I hope that they do another plushie round, but they also do it for Moth Girl. Moth Girl needs justice at this point. I want Moth Girl plushie next to my Jusant plushie. That's what I want. I want a very rare Moth Girl plushie. So make sure you do that. Crowdfund it. I will buy that. Collection will be very cool. I think the only unfortunate part is that they missed the opportunity a lot earlier because of like time and schedules and stuff, because obviously people make cosplays, Halloween's gone past, people would have like spent money on this kind of stuff. I would like to see the masks. The masks would be very cool. Sam Bradley's masks to be turned into
The mask.
um,
I'm expecting mostly band T-shirts, like Lost
and
Records,
pins.
Bloom and Rage, or sorry, just Bloom and Rage, like band T-shirts, and like make it like
Pins.
merch, like you would find it in pins, of course. Bag, like you need a bag.
Ooh,
Yeah.
do you think they might do Swan's jacket, the green one? Adult Swans.
Yeah, I know, like adult swans, maybe. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I don't think that jacket was as identifiable, like not like Max's coat in Double Exposure.
Of course,
but I would love it.
incredibly identifiable.
Yeah.
We remember that coat and the beanie that Max loved.
Yeah, no, there's a lot you can go off of this because it is a very 90s aesthetic, and you can definitely do like maybe even Nora's jacket, like the ripped off denim and stuff. Sure, like you can do that. There's stuff you can definitely do.
Like a skater shirt.
Yeah, like a skater shirt, like or even like the movie palace. Was it called the movie palace in the game?
The movie palace.
It was, yeah, like where they're their own blockbuster.
It's called the movie palace.
It was called the movie palace. Okay, yeah. So like something like oh no, I need a Youper Scooper. I need a Youper Scooper shirt. I need Youper Scooper on my chest right here, like Youper Scooper. That would be
Dylan's
sick.
Outfit. No, it's too risky.
Yeah,
too risky.
Dude, I would. Yeah, and no, there's a lot of cool stuff they can do from this, so I'm excited to see it.
Give me Corey's tank top. I want Corey's white tank top.
Yeah, I want Corey's white tank top with his chain, dude. Like that's the thing. Like all of his tattoos, just give it to me. You know?
Yeah.
Now I'm excited to see how much I have to spend via tariffs on this stuff. I'm pretty sure isn't Insert Coin in England?
Are they actually based in England? Or are they based in Europe? Looks like European.
Are they European? Yeah. I thought they were in the UK.
So it makes me think that they're either going to be UK or European, because it wouldn't surprise me with Donald working with them. Registered in the UK. Essex.
Essex, yeah. So I'm excited to see what the tariffs bring to those shipping costs. So that's gonna be fun. Thanks, Donnie Trump. God bless you so much for these stupid tariffs. Hooray. But yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think there's some really cool things as well that they could do with this. Like, it is very cool that they've actually managed to get this off the ground after so long, and it's just cool to see what could come from it. It's a bit of a shame, because I think like if they could have got it out earlier as well, they could have like got this sold to Halloween people, to cosplayers, everything else. Unfortunately, there's been like a lot of third-party spin-off merchandise which has been done, which isn't always helpful for IPs and stuff.
Yeah.
But never, it's never too late to get something out, and I'm sure it will sell it in like limited runs. I think there's quite a lot of things. I want a Sam Bradley art book, please. Give me Sam Bradley's wonderful, delicious art in my hand. 9th of April is my birthday, please. So I want that to be announced. And I want Sam Bradley to personally get his dog Mushroom to paw print every book. 500 copies limited edition, yeah. He paw prints it specifically.
They just like come on, Mushroom, just 250 more books. Come on, you can do this.
Whilst he's making his banana bread in like the oven, and it's like cooking. He's doing 4 or 5 things at the same time, and he's also making Netflix art as well. I want those books to be done. I would like an art book though. I think an art book's still realistic. I think there's still a way of doing that. They did it for Juson and stuff like that. I wish that they do that.
Yeah.
But I think the collection is cool. I'll be keeping an eye out on that. I do want to see what they're actually making it. There's quite a few things you could make in that. There's quite a few things that would probably throw me a little bit left field in terms of what they can make. I think Bloom Rage t-shirt will be definitely one that's got to be a given right one. And I think there's going to be specific character ones. I just don't know what you'd also include in there. I think there's quite a few interesting ones.
Yeah.
give me Olivia Lapore's bunny shirt. Now there's one with her two.
Yeah, like one of any one of the shirts that are in the game. Like that would be sick, dude. There's a lot they can do for this. Moth Girl has to be. And like I said, you have to put on Bloom and Rage. band t-shirts like that's a given, but like everything else is like I don't know. But like a Mothgirl pin, it will
Yeah.
be.
I can see a Mothgirl
Yeah.
pin being a thing. That's definitely going to be there. It wouldn't surprise me if they try and make a pin out of the objects that they've thrown in the abyss, but maybe that's too many, I think. I think there could be one or two that do that. No, very, very cool though. So I'm very excited to see those collections. So give me them in my hand because that's what I want. I will be paying for them.
Yes.
So very excited to see that. So we will be keeping an eye on that. We'll keep you in the loop with that. So Adam, should we go into another thing as well? It's very brief. It's a Michel and Luc interview that has emerged online.
Oh, there's something in between that I see.
Is there? What did I put in there?
Yeah, in the notes. There's something in between.
Afterwards. Let's do that afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Because thankfully there's no focus on that. But as you can see here, Games Radar put as well, Life is Strange developers made one of the most beautiful games of 2025, and it's all because Lost Records and Rage understands the magic of childhood. So it's a year in review. I think Lost Records ranks at number 17 in Games Radar's top 25 games of is it top 25 or is it more than that?
25,
yeah, top 25. Lost Records is number 17 in this. If I'm correct, I can scroll down. There it is, number 17, which is ranked in that. But this is also an interview with Michel Koch and Luc Baghadoust, or Luc Baghadoust, depending on how you say it. And Michel and Luc talk to Games Radar about different details of things. Obviously, a lot of it we kind of do know now as well, and we've kind of spoken about. And I thought we maybe pick out one or two little bits that we could talk about because we do have time with that. I think there's something further down the line. Was there something down the line? I thought it was interesting. I can't remember if he said this as well. He's talking about the camcorder. He's put the first one we did. This is Michel as well. Sorry, quote unquote. The first one we did is that we bought on eBay an old camcorder from back then to make sure that that what we remembered how it was exactly, because we had the idea of what it was to film on an old camcorder, but we wanted to make sure that our memories were true. Which I don't know if I remember him buying that camcorder. I wonder if it's that camcorder that he had in the photo with Luc. There's one where he's like holding
it. Probably was.
It's like thinking. It's like,
yeah. No, I completely understand that because like there's like some pieces of technology. I still remember, dude. I was at a sleepover when I was a kid, and we were playing the N64 Mario Kart. And I remember thinking, like, man, graphics aren't gonna get better than this, dude. I remember thinking that, dude. Like, man, this is the peak. This is the peak of graphics right here. Little did we know, but like now you go back to N64, like, what were we thinking, dude? It's just a bunch of triangles. Like it's just a bunch of three-dimensional triangles. But yeah, like that's what I mean. Like you buy the camcorder and just did you remember how it was to record with it? But yeah.
That's true. It's like a Talk Boy. You remember those Talk Boys as well? It's like you hold them now. It's like I'll forever remember that as well. And Macaulay Culkin's like forever ingrained in my head from Home Alone 2 with that Talk Boy. I remember owning a Talk Boy. It was so great.
Yeah, I did.
But as you can see there as well, Mr. Luc Baghadoust added on to what Michel said there as well, saying just having the object in your hand, feeling the small motor when you zoom, and looking at the small blush screen when you have this not very defined image. I felt more like a director, the responsibility of what you shoot, what you frame. It was one of my favorite parts of the game, which is very cool. Swan Camcorder was very good. Like I felt like this is what Thingy should have had. Double exposure with Max's camera. I don't know why Max's camera wasn't more like used now in that kind of formatting of like you can constantly just use it. She's just a photographer. Like, come on, like I want to be a cameraman. Like,
It came out at a time like 2015 wasn't really a time for like photo mode. Not like it is right now. You know, like we weren't really thinking of games to do something like that, to constantly use your camera. But yeah, no, it's true. Like they made it realistic, so why not just make sure you remember it? Like there's definitely plenty of things, like even just like how the music was back in the day.
Yeah,
like a lot of people, like a lot of like Gen Z people, and I'm not trying to spread hate on Gen Z whenever I talk about your generation, dude. I'm just an asshole. But like Gen Z, like trying to remember like millennial metalcore. And it's just like, oh, it was Deftones and all that. Like, I'll ask him, like, do you ever remember Atreyu? And like, no. I'm like, yeah, dude. Atreyu was like one of the peak metalcore bands.
Yeah.
You know, Deftones was like there. Like we listened to Deftones, but like Atreyu, man, I'm trying to think of what was the one band that was. See, I'm bad with names right now, and I'm so tired. Well, what I'm trying to say is like sometimes we try to remember back in that time, but we also forget like other things, like other like major aspects of that time that made it feel more realistic. But we just
Yeah.
have like this aesthetic in our minds, which is the whole point of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. Like you kind of miss something in your past. You look at it in rose-colored glasses, and it was better, but was it actually better back in that time?
Yeah.
Same thing with holding this camcorder. Like you remember holding the camcorder, but do you remember the motor? Do you remember plugging it into your TV? Do you remember like all the aspects of it that made it more authentic? You know?
Yeah. Do you remember the zoom in part and the zoom out part? That's all the other little things of it. Yeah, I think you kind of forget about it. I was showing Abby one of my Game Boy Color games that I still own, which I was going to like essentially part with. It's the old Metal Gear game on that, and it's like when I was holding, I was like, "Ooh," it's like I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot to admit
Yeah.
cardboard. I was like, God damn. Yeah, because like objects and things become part of nostalgia, and then you kind of forget until you pick them up. It's like, oh, it's like, was that like as chunky as it once was? It's like, yeah, the Game Boy could have killed someone if you threw someone at it. Like, but
Okay. The original Game Boy absolutely did.
that nice brick.
I miss my old Game Boy Color, which I miss it so much I have it tattooed on my skin forever. But like, yeah, like
That was one of the
that
most
green Game Boy.
console was revolutionary, man. Oh my god! And even kids nowadays don't know about putting the light in there, the light accessory, so you could like put it on your screen.
By the way, I think this is gonna be my forever. Like as an old millennial, like you know how they showed the Deathly. Oh shoot, what was the tattoo in
Deathly
Harry
Hallow.
Potter that they were? Yeah, the
Deathly
no,
Hallows.
it wasn't the. Whatever it was. Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah, it's called the Deathly Hallows. The triangle and the circle in it, and the wand.
No, the one with the snake on it.
Oh,
the Death Eaters, like
the Death Eaters. Yeah, the Death Eaters. Yeah.
It's like show your Death Eaters. Like show me you're an old millennial. Show me your ink. Like my life forever now.
Oh god.
Actually, maybe I'll just fill this arm with this like millennial nostalgia. That'll be sick, dude.
Do you know what though? As well, I don't think like nowadays as well. You see the evolution of consoles as well, because I remember when we moved from the Game Boy to the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance to the Game Boy Advance SP, then to the DS. I think that was the true evolution of seeing when things really refine themselves. Like even when you get an iPhone now, it changes, but not as advanced as it can do now. Like it was like we saw the full blown evolution of each piece of like technology. But yeah, like even with a camera as well, like nowadays, like you compare it back to Swan's camera, Jesus Christ, it's like night and day difference, isn't it? Like my word. So very cool though. There is another part in here where obviously Adam he can't avoid it, so I'm gonna pull it back up here for Michel who was talking about it. So come back on the screen for people. As you can see that off that part as well, it says, but of course nothing is as easy as it seems to be on camera, and the abyss comes for us all. So as you can see here, Michel says, and I quote, I think that in all our games, we always have a supernatural element. That I'm not 100% sure of this answer, but I feel like the way we are writing those stories is as if the supernatural was more of a metaphor of what would happen even without it. Just trying to enhance the emotions, enhance the fear. So you can, as you can see as well, in Lost Records, the abyss is a terror in the earth, a strange pink blob in the whispering woods that the four friends flock to, deer to fresh water, hoping the little things of unexpected magic in their suffocating hometown might grant wishes. When you're united at their personal wishing well like this, Michel says, Swan, Autumn, Nora, and Cat form a motley coven that the abyss makes, quote unquote, even stronger, giving them some sort of magical power, which is kind of this metaphor again of being a group together and being stronger to face other adversities, end quote. But as time goes on, the girls realize that wishes and curses are sometimes different words for the same thing. Michel says here, when you're a kid, you imagine worlds and it is magic for you until someone tells you it's not, or that there is a harsh reality of adulthood that just says, quote unquote, just don't have any more time to think, to dream, to live your magic. That's end quote, sorry. That's what he appreciates about making games about teenagers like Life is Strange and Lost Records. So Don't Nod, quote unquote, can still showcase the magic, end quote, of youth. Michel said it here, and I quote, and we also like the sadness of the harsh reality that the that when you grow up, some of the magic disappears, end quote. And then Luke said here as well, and I quote, when you become an adult, it has consequences to live in delusions, whether it's for yourself or others. There is need of a reality to be able to function as a society and move on. But a lot of people can choose to still believe in things that don't exist, end quote.
Like, trickle down economics. You can believe in something that doesn't exist.
There you go.
Live in delusion as an adult. But yeah, so no, I completely agree. I like what he says. Like when you're a kid, you have these like you can dream, right? You have time to dream, but then somebody comes into your life. That's exactly why I gave up music in my 20s. It's just like the wrong people got in my ear, and they're just like, well, now's the time to grow up. Being an adult, it's all about being in suffering. So maybe suffer with us and don't dream about your dreams anymore. Then you get to 30 and you're just like, oh, the hell was that? So the hell was I kind of like? No, but I do agree with him. There's some times where I think about, is it really like I'm busy as an adult, or is it that like I've just lost that magic? We all had the same time. I think about, okay, I'm gonna go on a rabbit trail here, right? There's some things in your youth, like it's still the same 24 hours, right? It's still the same 24 hours. The 24 hours I had when I was 16 is the same hours I have at 34. And yet somehow like I think like, oh, I have zero time. I have no time anymore. Like because there's this delusion of society, like, well, you gotta be busy, busy, busy. You can't enjoy life. But when you're 16, you have time to enjoy life, and you're almost encouraged to enjoy life. But at 34, it's like stop enjoying life. Same 24 hours. Not only that, but we all went to school for 8 hours a day, right? Monday through Friday. Like we all had essentially day jobs, and yet we still had time to play Metal Gear until midnight. Like it's kind of like what happened there. So I don't know. It's something to think about. And I'm
bones
not
getting
just
older.
What's that?
It's the bones getting older. and the
bones, but just like I think it's just like people getting in our ears. Like, can we go back to where he said like being a magical child, and yet when you get to adulthood, you don't have any magic. When you're a kid, it's magic until someone tells you it's not. Like 100%. Like until someone tells you that, like, hey, it was fine, you lived in magic, but now it's time to do your taxes.
It's like that great Steven Spielberg film that you hate, Hook, where Peter Pan forgets that he's Peter Pan.
I don't hate it. I think it's so much weirder than we remember it to be.
It's great.
It's such a weird.
You disrespecting Schmeagol. You ask for sorriness. Great film. Great film. Robin Williams.
It's a great film, but I was just like watching. It's like I thought this was okay as a kid. What the heck? It's so weird.
Great film.
Yeah,
and R.I.P. Robin Williams. Never forget.
Yes.
But
that's you don't have any more time to think, to dream, to live your magic. Like like as soon as you hit adulthood, it's like, well, you gotta have a backup plan.
But it's that stream of like, if you go into like the wider discourse of things, people become quite null and void of interest because they end up like having kids, and they go into a family, they become like really robotic. They end up on LinkedIn writing douchey statuses because they got no other friends and stuff. They become like the peak machine engine of like working all the time, and they kind of like lose their interest because they feel like it's not cool anymore. And then ironically as well, they regress. So they start finding their hobbies again. You start finding people playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again in their 30s. And it's like, oh, I wonder why I gave this up. It's like you stopped playing it because you decided it wasn't cool anymore. And you were like, oh, I want to be this kind of kid. And it's kind of like hipster. There's still enough time in the day. It's the psychology that changes. Me and Abby were having a conversation. I called Abby yesterday for the first time in ages. And I was saying to her, I was like, I was like, no one's ever forever busy. And she's like, I don't know about that. I was like, no, Abby. It's like, no one is forever not busy. It's like, if they're going to respond to you, they have their phone. I refuse to believe that someone is not busy to respond to you within a time frame. It's BS that is if they choose to respond to you or not. Like when I see your messages, I'm like, okay, he's not dead. I'm like, okay, Abby, she's not dead. I'm like, I will get back to them. I was like, but if it's like direct and it's something serious, it's like immediately gonna get a response to that kind of thing. It's just when you measure your time and how you approach it. It's just,
like at 34, I am so choosy with what I do with my time. Yeah. I even go to my jobs and just say like, by the way, I finally got a new job. Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! Yay, capitalism. Hooray. But yeah, I got a new job, but like every job interview, I just say like, I'm looking mostly for day shifts and at least one weekend day to spend with my wife. Like I'm choosing to make sure that like I have time for my wife. I'm
Yeah.
choosing to have time for not only myself, but for my wife. So like I'm so choosy about it because like again it's that whole what is the phrase like if you don't control your time someone else will, or like if you don't choose your narrative someone else will. You know that phrase that like every like tech bro like does. It's basically I forget the actual verbatim quote, but it basically sums down to like if you don't choose your time someone else will choose your time.
Yeah.
You know, if you just blatantly say like, oh well, I don't really care. Like if I go to my job interview, like, oh yeah, I don't really care what my interview. They will choose your time. They
Yeah.
will choose like that. They will throw you in overtime, and you don't get to see your wife. You know, in the same way, just like, oh, I don't really care what I consume. Then you know, consumerism will consume you. You know, like I don't care
Yeah.
what games I play. Well, then you're going to play Call of Duty and Battlefield. Nothing wrong with that, but
For sure.
plenty wrong with that. No, it's just like that. Like you have this magic as a kid, and in adulthood, you just say like, "Oh, I don't really care. I'm an adult now. I have to do adult things." To a degree, yes. You can't be I'm gonna offend people here. Like you can't have dinosaur chicken nuggets and apple juice for dinner every night, dude. I'm sorry. I know I have ADHD too. I need a routine, but like apple juice and chicken dino nuggies is not your diet as an
Yes, you
adult.
can. Shut up, you.
But it's just more like to a degree. Yes, you do have to grow up. Like to a degree, like I don't know. Like if you want to live on your own, you have to get a job. You know, if you want your own flat or your apartment in America, like you have to get a job and pay for that apartment, right? But why do I have to grow up in every sort of degree, right? Why do I have to stop being interested in video games? Why do I have to stop dreaming about being a composer? Why do I have to stop doing anything? You know, as long as my roof is paid for and I see my wife and I spend time with her, you know, it's just like, well, what difference does it make? I don't know. I hate society. We live in a society, you know. We live in a society, bro.
We do live in society.
That's all I have to say. We do live in a society though. But yeah, I do like that quote. I wish I knew it verbatim, but like if you don't choose your time, someone else will choose it for you.
Yeah, Michel reminds me a lot of Hannibal Lecter in Red Dragon, where he's writing to Will Graham. And he's like, "Do you dream, Will?" And it's like that's what it's like. The message there, very much so.
You compared Michel Koch to Hannibal Lecter?
Well, in that one scene, not specifically as Hannibal Lecter. We're talking about that one scene about when he's writing to Will. It's like, "Do you dream?"
I still love the Trump quote as one of his rallies. Like, we all like this great man, Hannibal Lecter. He had his friends over for dinner. It's like he's having friends for dinner. It's a fictional character. He's cannibal. He's a great man feeding his friends. I'm like, no, his friends were feeding him. So I don't know.
So yeah,
Media girls at its finest.
So yeah, I can see where he's coming from. He's right though. I think it's again reflective of the audience as well. I think like games are going through a very weird cycle. I think they're losing a lot of people. I think they're getting another fan base, but I think they're going to a different young fan base who are going for different items in the world where it's like it's not the fact. Again, I'll say I don't think fandom really exists as much as it used to. I think that's kind of a bubble now. That's kind of like very disjointed and fragmented.
I think I agree with Woodhawker on one point. Wood on his channel Beat 'em Ups had a good point about the Game Awards, about the trailer coming on. I think we're starting to see a resurgence of finally experimental games starting to creep back into society. Not only with Clare Obscura being a new IP and people falling in love with it, but also there was a game called Stupid Never Dies, and it started with like this pop punk, like zombie everything, like it was like so crazy, cool, colorful, and it kind of reminded him of Lollipop Chainsaw. So that's coming back. We also have that Badger game that's coming out. We have like all these weird experimental games. We're finally seeing another
Badger game. Bruce Straley's game.
Yes, I think it was Bruce Straley. I think it
Uh,
was Bruce Straley. Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, there's like all these weird experimental games starting to creep back in because people are starting to understand, like, hey, we're feeding them slop and nobody's buying it. You know, so good on you for
mm,
choosing your time, choosing your games, choosing Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. You can choose these games and have a good time, but none of us are having good times anymore. You know, no one's having a
no,
good time.
the good times are very hard to kind of think. Even with like Dispatch as well. Like I will play that game, but I'm also a little bit skeptical about how long this long-term success of that kind of game is. Is it another Life is Strange bottle in the moment kind of game? Is it
Mhm.
just a one-off game? Will it do a telltale and then spark a new revolution in the storytelling and then fall off a cliff again because it's doing the same thing again and again? Like, until you get like a conviction rate of like Apple where you're delivering the same product and making it like refined, you're grabbing a bigger slice of the
Are
market,
we
then
are we ever going to see Wolf Among Us 2 ever again?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Are we ever
um,
going to see that? Dude?
I think there's
Oh
like
no.
tons of questions that like we asked about. I think fandom's gone through a different phase and it's going through a different. I think like people are coming into it and out of it, but I think gaming is very different from where it was like 10 years ago. I think the shift has been massive. And that's not to mention the games are getting more expensive. People look at like double exposure's price and like, oh, it's that much, and it's like, yeah, I'm like that's
Yeah.
yeah. Life is Strange ain't gonna fly with people at that price. It's ridiculous to be at that price. It has to be a lot lower in cost, but they can't make it cheaper. It's like because they've already spent an absolute fortune on the budgets and stuff. Um, I think the magic's going to be. I think even like a weird prediction. I even think the magic might go back to the Life is Strange one art style design, where you get rid of full performance capture in certain places and you make kind of dispatch esque stylistic games. Oxenfree was an example as well. Again, another successful game which had like that kind of art style. You get rid of the performance capture. You kind of focus more on voice acting and kind of like the talented art styles of things. It might actually be the thing of it. Obviously, a Clare Obscure had a different thing, but I'm still saying that I think bringing those costs down and bring them into like a shorter period, maybe that has a bit of an impact. But yeah, interesting nonetheless though from Michel the professional and also from Luc Baghadoust in that interview. So it was great to see that. So yes, Bloom and Rage forever.
Absolutely.
Bloom and Rage forever. Yeah, so we have one piece of news, Adam. I thought we'd add it in quickly because it's one of those. It is Life is Strange. It brings in conversation. So as you can see here, we should have it out before we're recording the 14th of December. Of the Life is Strange wiki, Life is Strange episode 3 Before the Storm, Hell is Empty turns. Oh god, how old is it now? 7 years old.
Oh my god.
It was released in
Oh my
2017.
god.
So this was
7 years, dude. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's wild to think about. It was 7 years ago. I was still a youth pastor, man. I was still a youth pastor in 2017 when this game came out. Um, yeah, it was a great game, a great ending. There's some hate going around for Before a Storm, which I don't understand what's going on right now. Like, people are just saying like, "Oh, it wasn't that good of a game." What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It was I still remember I still remember like the conversation about this game going into it. Like, oh, Chloe going to have powers, but we're not going to have powers. This was I want to say this was our first introduction to Deck 9, was it not?
yes.
Yeah, it was our first introduction for Deck 9, and I just remember thinking like, wow, this studio is going to really make some really special things. 7 years, man. 7 years. And man, I blame mostly Square Enix for the downfall of Deck 9, honestly. Um, I will blame, bro, my house will burn down. And I'm like, God damn it, Square Enix. I will say that. I was like, Square Enix all over again. But yeah, so I something special, man. 7 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was an interesting game. Like looking back on it, like I think I just re-entered the gaming industry at this point because I was just finished my masters in journalism
Yeah.
and I started doing freelancing. I remember because I did an interview Katie, who was obviously Steph. I did Haley Hayes, who did Samantha Myers, and obviously interviewed Kylie, and she was 19 years old at this time. It's fucking crazy that. 18 going on to 19 when this game was coming out. Because I remember talking to her agent. He's like, yeah, he's like really like reading the interview, but Kylie's 19, 18. I was like, she's just turned 19. He's like, yes, you're right. And I was like, are you a agent or like what? Like, have you like really messed this up? What? Um, but no, yeah, it was crazy. Like this time, it was different place, different period, different climate. Like Jesus Christ! Again, this is why it's so different. If you talk about that kind of magic thing Michel's saying as well, like 2017 was a different time from 2025, and 2015 was a
Yeah.
different world from 2025. Like, the world is just
That's like pre-pandemic. It was a
Yeah.
different world, man. Like nobody was talking about AI. Like that was the magical thing. Nobody was talking about like we could take over jobs with AI. We could do it if we just believe in AI.
Yeah. It was
No, it's still a special time, man.
It was
It's
an
still a
interesting
special
game.
time.
This was the weakest episode by the far of the three for me.
Yeah.
Before Storm.
Yeah, it was kind of a lackluster ending. But like
Yeah.
I was giving Tech Nine a lot of credit for the game. I was giving him a lot of credit. But like I do think that the ending was kind of like, you know. But yeah, dude, like, man, what a special time. What a special time this was. I
Yeah.
like whether it was a bad ending or not. I remember playing through. I was like, wow, that was really cool, dude. That was a really cool moment for Deck 9.
Yeah, I can treat Before Storm separately from like the wider thing. I think it is deeply flawed with a lot of issues within the game, like narrative and lore wise, but
100%.
it's still a very good game. It's enjoyable. I think again, it falls into that hurdle of free episode game. Like there was no great free episodic game of that era. Like even The Walking Dead Michonne, which came out from Telltale, was not very good. Like it was like nowhere near compared to the other seasons of The Walking Dead. Like they were outstanding. Michonne was really forgettable when you look back on it. And this was the same as well. 3 episodes isn't enough. You don't flesh out enough stories because this was like literally, like you had a VHS player, you just hit fast forward. It's like literally going through everything in the one go. And unfortunately as well, as a prequel, it can't really do much else to set up like a really climactic ending because we know what happens next. It's like, unless you're going to start rewriting history, it's like you can only do so much with what happens.
Yeah.
It just came a bit too fast forward, and I think like some of the story threads aren't as strong as they were, but I still enjoyed the entire experience. And Before Storm, I'd sooner go back to the Before Storm era than where we're at right now, because it's like I've never seen a publisher tank an IP as viciously as Square Enix has done, like in the last 5 years. Like genuinely, like the way that the IP and the brand, it's like going from Steve Jobs to John Scully era,
Tim
and then
Cook. Oh yes.
well,
yeah.
Tim Cook's not necessarily bad. He just buys back all the shares and doesn't innovate anything. So when Tim Cook disappears, hopefully next year or the year after, thank God, because Apple can actually start innovating again, because it does need to innovate, not just buy back shares. But like this was like John Scully introducing what's his face, what's that tablet they announced now? The Newton. You remember the Newton as well? That was like something else. And then I think like it was just a very poor. I think like this was a good game for a lot of parts. I think it was some good acting. I think obviously this sets up for Farewell, which came out afterwards as well, because Farewell came out after this I think it was 2018 it came out. So yeah, I really enjoyed Before Storm, and it's a shame that where we're at with this, but it's mad as well because like in itself, like when you're saying as well, this is introduction to Deck 9. None of these people at Deck 9 anymore, Adam.
Yeah.
The
shame, dude.
The key creators there that were on there.
Alicia Kwan, Jonathan Zimmerman is still there.
Oh,
as
sorry,
far as
Jonathan
we know.
Zimmerman. Yeah, Jonathan Zimmerman's still there. So it's like Jonathan Zimmerman's the only person, but like Felice Kwan, who's there. Jonathan Zimmerman's still there. Sorry, Felice Kwan's not there anymore. She got laid off in 2024. Jonathan Zimmerman's still there. Zach Garris is gone. Chris Floyd is gone. And where Pickers goes on, it's like, oh my God. It's like, what happened here? It's
Within
like
7 years, dude. Which I see one of the comments of the podcast is talking about this, but yeah, it's a shame. It's a real shame. But happy anniversary to Before the Storm. If you haven't played it yet, please do, because I think it's a special game.
It's a good game. It's an enjoyable game. So yeah, the way it wrapped up there. So Adam, should we go into the comments of the podcast then?
Yeah, let's go into this first one here, because I think it summarizes what we just said.
Well, if I'm the DLC thing, but yeah. First comments from @Dog Party from episode 124 side. It says, I swear before the weekend, the Deck 9 LinkedIn was at either 64 or 61, or as of yesterday or Monday, it's down to 57. It's so sad the way the studio is just bleeding out in the ultra long process. I could see the rumored DLC being done and out for Xmas, but I don't think there's enough of a team left now for a true sequel, especially if it is split work on the DLC. I just don't see how they can survive beyond Christmas if that DLC rumor is true. And even if they did, there's no mocap studio left to work on a sequel. It's even sadder when we all know what the result of trying to do the sequel would be. And now it's inevitable, just dragging on and on. End quote.
Yeah. It's exactly right. Like, they're just bleeding like the studio dry, dude. It's a shame, man. Like, they had so many things going for them, and just it's a shame. It's bad leadership from Square Enix, you know?
Saying that, I actually forgot to put a news piece in. I'm too late, but I might bring it in the week after if you remind me. It's about Square Enix and, you know, one of the pressure group activists that are in there. They wrote like 100-page slide document, like criticizing Square Enix, and one of the former key developers at Square Enix, Jacob, I follow him on Twitter. He was talking about the fact that Square Enix has let like long-term talent bleed out of the studio, essentially, quote unquote, like unquote, like it's just a paraphrasing what he's saying, but they've done that. And it's the same with Deck Nine. There's no like long-term structure in place. Like it's the same with do you know that Games Radar piece we were talking about as well before? I think one of the lines in there, or it's one of the publications when they put Lost Records in the top X games of the year, they said like Don't Nod's back after like 5 years with its like magical storytelling. It's like, damn, that's an indictment of like, if you don't have Michel and Jean-Luc writing stories, Don't Nod doesn't have the same synergy, because you can tell when Tell Me Why is being made, and you can see when Ophelia is being made compared to Montreal's game. And like Michel is such a massive cog in that machine of like keeping an architect and a visionary with the studio. But with Deck Nine, Deck Nine didn't build for the long term. They didn't think about anything. It just spent. Thought the climate was fine. Made the Expanse. Didn't think about making its own motion capture projects, making its own like investments in certain things, and then kind of going from there. And it's like, you know, basically kind of like hung all its laurels on the Life is Strange IP. Whilst at least we don't know, tried to diversify. It has failed as an experiment, but has been able to attach itself to something else, i.e., like the Netflix project, for example. It's able to like shift its pivoting. So I think like it's not, you know, Donut's still in a very equally problematic situation, but nowhere near as Deck Nine, which is now cornered into a position where things are going on. I did say in the Side B episode, because that came in the Side A episode, I was like, I've not heard anything of a DLC. And at this point,
no, I haven't heard anything. Yeah, dude, what a mess. It's just what a mess.
Yeah. You can't like there's like even that conversation about DLC. You only release a DLC for a game which you know was already sold well. Like, why would you release a DLC for a game? The only thing I could try and see them doing is if they made the sequel and spin it off as a DLC component rather than a fully fledged sequel. But I think my position is very clear that they're either going to release that game or they're not going to release it. There's two options there now, and it's like, you know, whatever you decide to do is ultimately down to you. Like, it's kind of essentially pick your poison moment, because like, you would see news teasing a DLC. You wouldn't just release it on day and then just F off. They did it with the collection, but like, you know, I'm still like, you would put it in there. But again, I mean, the signs of that, like they've laid off they're laying off the European teams, laying off the North American teams. They're shifting their structure and pivoting in a massive kind of way. So Deck Nine is kind of going the way of many other studios. And to be honest as well, there's a big question about if you wonder how long Deck Nine has survived compared to other studios as well, because like some of the other big hitters have gone long before them. But they didn't capitalize on productions. They didn't capitalize on streamlining processes. They didn't capitalize on making other IPs, working on other collaborations. They had projects that fell apart, which obviously we know about, but like it's more about, you know, getting a new cog in the machine, kind of moving forward, advancing. You don't just release the same thing every single year without changing it. Even Apple does that, but it changes its iPhone. It makes the iterations different. It makes things like a lot more advanced, and it has like a big streamlined model where it can do that. And again, Apple's an anomaly. You can't really compare it to other companies. It's too big. But big shame with Deck Nine, but I don't think you're going to see a DLC at all. I think there's only one thing that's left with this IP, and it's that seeing that sequel or not seeing that sequel there. It's like fucking my brain just melted. It's either seeing that sequel or not seeing it. So enjoy when it happens. But that's that.
It really comes down to that. Like, we'll see if we see it.
Yeah. So I think like the next one is actually kind of like leads into this is from at Jessica hyphen X9S1H from episode 124 Side B. This is in reference to the main topic at the beginning, which was about Xena, the actor who plays Max in the French actor. They put, quote unquote, about Xena's statement, not trying to play devil's advocate here, but I'm certain this was taken out of context. The clip is just cut short from the full VOD, so we have no idea what she was referring to when she said her first sentence. She's a fairly known actress, and they had talked a lot about her roles, not just Max, also voice acting, especially localized in French, which would happen after the original English mocap recordings occur very late in development. Given that DE only came out a year ago, it's highly, highly unlikely she's already recorded anything for the next game. Regardless, we already know DE5/LIS5 was in development anyway, so it really gives us... it doesn't give us any really new information in the end.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like that's pretty much what we said. It's a nothing burger.
Yeah,
it's just like, okay, like she's a voice actress and she played Max. It's like, wow, wonderful new adventures. Like, that's pretty much her saying like, wow, I hope I have a job.
Yeah.
It's like, it was just it's a big nothing burger. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
People
only
took it out of context, like I said.
it's only something if it's like they cancel the game and then she starts teasing it. So like, hang on a minute, didn't the game get cancelled? It's only newsworthy when it's actually relating to news. Like they've already told you what they're doing at the end of this game. I mean, like as I said, it's nothing new and major for where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
as I
Just
said
big
before,
nothing burger. Yeah.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah. I
Whatever.
mean, like, I mean, it's as there's some things that are going to age really well on this podcast. There are other things that haven't, but some things that are going to age really well. As we said, that you've seen enough as it was, like the timelines and like everything we've mapped out. There's nothing to dispute that information. There's nothing to dispute what has been said in there. The DLC, for example, the noise about that has just been BS that's just been flown around and people have taken it as gospel truth. Just the same as I've said before, that IGN piece as well. Everything that's said in there about Deck 9 is taken as gospel truth. And that's why, for example, when you work in journalism, you don't take everything for gospel truth. You have to go and find out other things with it. Everyone has a different narrative that's being told. When someone says something as well, this is one thing I found. When someone says something, it sounds too good to be true. It's too good to be true sometimes, because it's like there are other conflicting statements of accounts that you can take away from it. I've seen when people do it with the IGN piece, it's like gospel truth of, we'll hold every single word that Mallory Littleton said to gospel, and same with Elizabeth Blowen, etc. Or, for example, that the Guinness World Records is paying off people for getting their games in there. Like that's the gospel truth of people. It's like, I'm like, come on. Like, do you not have a single educational thought in your head to like make your own idea or something? Like, you just take this one comment and apply it to everything. In the sense of the actor, again, it's a nothing burger, because if they are working on this game, which, like, again, should not be a shock to your rumor, because it's literally said in the most dramatic effect, Max Caulfield will return.
Max Caulfield. Yeah, come on, man. Like, you want to talk about sequel baiting, and then you got that. That's definition of sequel baiting.
Yeah, and exactly.
Yeah.
And I said, like, one more time as well, like, it'd be more shock if Alex Chen turns up in the next game instead of Max Caulfield, because it's like, hang on a minute, you said Max Caulfield returned, Alex Chen has turned up. That's the only time when surprise element comes in. They've literally hook, line, and sinkered you because they were building for this.
Yeah.
The entire point was the Max Caulfield futuristic storytelling that they were trying to tell with this, and they've blown the first fuse. And then also as well, Square Enix has detonated the bridge on Square Enix Europe, America, and also on Deck 9 in terms of like the way this IP is gone. You've seen the state of things at the minute. Like, if any news comes out, it's not going to surprise me. I'm not going to sit here being like, oh wow, this is amazing. Like, you see everything. You can see everything. Map it out. Like, people just take one thing and they just hold it as gospel truth, thinking like, oh, it's just one room. But I might just start, like, you don't have an ethical bone in your body. You could literally just post someone, like a random friend, someone will pick up, being like, oh, well, double exposures, triple exposures got DLC coming out at Christmas, and it's going to be like, festive and stuff. You would have heard about a DLC now. You would have heard about any rumors about it. They don't have the capacity for it. They don't have the manpower for it anymore. Like, it's just weird. As I said, you're seeing a sequel or you're not seeing a sequel. One or two outcomes are going to happen. There's just two outcomes that come from this. There's nothing else that can possibly feasible at this point. Like, there's nothing else that can actually happen. It's just more about, ultimately, it's down to if Square Enix is willing to lose more money, because there's no way in hell you're going to recoup any cost from putting Double Exposure 2 out. It's just going to bleed more money. And in itself as well, it wouldn't shock me if it just goes out and they just don't even market it at all, because who's going to market it? They're laying off the entire European division.
Yeah, honestly, dude. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know, man. Just both these comments are just like, wow, good job, Square. Good job, Square.
It's on Square. It's on massive. I don't have anything. Remind me in the next episode, please, because I'll bring that thread in that during the pressure group one. It's hilarious, the presentation. They've done like the pressure group. They have gone to town on Square, and it's like 100% deserved. And I was like, following Jacko's thread, I'm like, he's hitting every single point right here about what Square Enix is doing wrong.
Is it quick enough to like just throw into here?
I can't, unfortunately. It's massive, dude. It's like a big. I think that in itself, actually, because it's going to get quiet. Just remind me, we'll put it into the news piece, because it could be literally just a side. It's really interesting, all the details, like what the activist group is suggesting, and also what he adds as like the input, because he's really like insightful on like little details, because he was a big player within Square Enix. I was looking him up as well, like his profile and stuff. So it's like when you put it in there and you see the context of it, it's like, gee, like I want to see your reaction to it more, like as a full episode, because it's like when you see it, you're like, oh my god, it's like,
Yeah.
who is running this ship? It's like, who is running this ship?
Yeah.
It's like just watching a bunch of people just firing off like different things. It's like, let's hope something sticks. And it's like, oh, that didn't stick. Let's just burn some more money. I think there's a fairly really obscure reference. I think there's a Fairly Odd Parents gif where there's like two sailors throwing money into the fire. It's like a meme thing.
Yeah.
You might be able to find it like a gif. That's what it's like with Square Enix, literally just burning cash for no reason. And they're like,
that makes sense.
they're like, oh no, Final Fantasy VII didn't hit sales expectations. Well, maybe it's because you put it as a PlayStation exclusive, and then you decide to release it years later on Xbox when people have already seen it, and then on Steam afterwards. Maybe you should put it multi-platform so you can sell it. Oh no, Rise of the Tomb Raider didn't do well. Maybe you should have made an Xbox exclusive then and timed it and then released it on PlayStation a year later in a collection. Honestly, like, barring one or two things that they have for them and very few minor things at the minute, Square Enix is not in a good position. I just want them to drop Final Fantasy VII Part 3 remake, before something bad happens. I want to just see that game. Like, I'm really interested in that. Other than that,
yeah, dumb, just dumb, all around dumb.
Yeah,
but we'll do that next week.
Indeed. So thank you for the comments. If you want your comment featured on the podcast, leave it on side A or side B. We usually pick one out and we put it in the next podcast episode. And please do, because that will be our last major episode barring the Patreon one. So we're heading towards the end of 2025. Speaking of which, Adam, spread the arts. What are you spreading?
I'm spreading two South Park things, honestly. Number one, man, this past season of South Park, and they just ended it, bro. Like, finally, like, dude. So, like, I was watching the season finale for season 28. Was it 28 or 27? It was I think it was 27. But like, I was watching this, and I was like, I was looking at my wife, and I was like, in our lifetime, we are never going to see Matt Stone or Trey Parker. We're never going to see people like this ever again. Like, they are. I know I'm like glazing these people when I say this, but like, they are like comedy geniuses. Like, it's just like they do not hold back at anything, and they just do not care. And that's what I mean. The attitude of Matt Stone and Trey Parker, just those two together, like, we're not going to see this kind of dynamic in our lifetimes. It's insane, dude. Like, this is a legendary thing. I'm not trying to say like this season was just like groundbreaking. What I'm trying to say is, like, dude, they just got $1 billion deal, and they just spit in the face of who gave them that money, dude. So no, it was a great season all around, just because they had a lot of great points. And even like the point of, like, don't treat Trump supporters like idiots. Like, they even like had that like kind of segment into it, like saying like, hey, if they're just like if they're just like saying like, man, I didn't think it would be this bad, don't treat them like they're the villains. They're not the real villain. Like, they even put that in, man. So it's just like, I don't know. Big applause to that season. It was actually pretty great. The second one, yeah, I replayed Stick of Truth, brother. That game both holds up and doesn't hold up all at the same time, dude. Like, it does not. You could not make a game like this today, dude. Like, it is like a no-go. This is not getting greenlit, but it holds up in the way of just like this is 2014 cemented in a game, man. It is definitely 2014, both gameplay and humor of 2014. Like, it is a perfect time capsule of what that time was, because they even have like Facebook and like making Facebook friends and all that. Like, it's just like a perfect time capsule for what that time period was, for just culture in general. So yeah, Stick of Truth holds up and also doesn't hold up. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
As you were saying before as well, you said glaze me, it's like Kaylee Williams, glaze me, baby. But you don't see that interview? She was like in that clip. She was talking like glazing it, and then she's like, glaze me, baby.
Glaze me, baby. No, like, I'm not trying to like overhype these guys. Like, wow, these are the Albert. But at the same time, dude, like,
they're pioneers.
They really are, man.
They're in that vein, man. Has anyone replaced Matt Groening or like Trey Parker and Matt Stone? Like, Trey Parker and Matt Stone are like time capsules. Like, I'll say now, I don't really enjoy the more recent South Park seasons because their element is satire, and this world is too satirical to be satire. So it's like they kind of struggling to make
I
anything
think they're
that's
more
like, you know,
focusing on like sending a message. Like there's other times where they're satiring. Like again, I'm going back to Stick for Truth, and they're going after Al Gore and Man Bear Pig. It's like we got the Man Bear Pig. It's like
he's being
they're
super
that's
serial,
satire.
Adam. Stop it. He's
He's
being super
super
serial.
serial. But like this one, they're sending a message. They're just saying like, I'm not scared of you. I don't give a hoot about you. Like this is more of like rather than satire, they're just like, no, you don't scare us. Like, and
Yeah.
I'll prove it to you. You know, like when they had the FCC guy like falling down the stairs, like, oh no, Brandon Carr. They kept saying like, Brandon Carr, don't eat that. It's like it was just
Yeah.
more of it was more about just like, I'm not scared of you. Do it. Cancel me. Cancel South Park. I don't care. It's just more of like I was appreciating more of just like, wow, 10 toes down kind of mentality.
Yeah.
This is just like, I don't care. 10 toes down.
They
They will go to their graves with zero regrets.
Yeah, of course they will, because they did it to Isaac Hayes, who's chef. Like they
Yes.
took the Mickey out of Scientology, and
Yes.
and he eventually did. They were willing to kill off Chef, who was one of the most iconic characters in the entire South Park series, and even as well, which was a testament to him, they never brought him back properly, barring when Isaac Hayes played him and those performances.
Yes.
Chef is like gone from South Park, and he's a relic in there. If you start watching South Park early, you're like, hang on a minute. Oh, what? They actually got rid of this guy who's so iconic. Got rid of him, and characters reinvent
Yes.
themselves, because like even Randy Marsh isn't as funny as he is now. Like he was very a serious character at first, and then he becomes like
Yes.
the apex of one of the best dads on TV, rivaling I would say better than Homer Simpson and
Yes.
Stan Smith. I think he's better than both of them. Like, and even Peter Griffin, he's by far the funniest. Like when he's at that little league games, like he's like, "You want to fight?" And he takes off his shirt. He's like, "I thought this was
That's what I mean,
America."
dude. Like, I just think that like, and in terms of just like, we'll never see a Trey Parker, Matt
No, you
Stone
won't.
ever again. I'm saying in the terms of like a 10 toes down
Yeah,
kind of comedy. Like there's a lot of comedians that are just like, oh yeah, I'll take a Saudi deal. You will never see Trey Parker or Matt Stone take a Saudi deal.
no,
Like ever. Willingly anyway. Like Paramount can take Saudi money, but like
yeah.
they will not. They
Well,
will 10 toes down it.
they did
Which
that
they
with
did. They brought up Saudi. They brought up Saudi Arabia in an
yeah,
episode. Like God, dude, they were
but they did it with the
10
Muhammad
toes
thing.
down. Kind of.
You know, the super best
Yeah.
friends. Like Muhammad is pictured in it, but afterwards as well. Then the 200th episode that they did with Tom Cruise, they censored Muhammad, but that wasn't them. That was Paramount that did it. Like or Comedy Central.
Yeah.
They didn't actually do that. They kept Muhammad as his drawing and super best friends, the super best friends.
Yeah.
They kept that design from the original one. They censored it, so they had no say over it. But they were willing to die in their shit. You know, that die in their boat for what they was doing. You know,
Did
I
you
think
by the way, did you see the clip of what they did to the Saudi Empire?
no, but I'll have to watch it. I will put it on at some point.
Because like they're trying to raise money for a turkey run, and like no one's giving us money. Like I know one person that gives money to absolutely everybody. It's Saudi Arabia.
They did it like 2 seasons ago with China. I think there's a big China Disney one that they do as well. And I think it's when
Yes.
I think it's when Randy has some kind of thing with a bat, and then that spreads COVID as well.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
dude. That's what I mean. Like, we're not going to see this ever again in our
No, we won't.
lifetimes. Like
The geniuses.
this type of like, yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
dude, like big dick mentality, man. Like I appreciate them. I really do appreciate them.
The great man. They're geniuses. Like I would refuse to believe that anyone doesn't believe that. Like the Book of the South Park is written by the same people as the Book of Mormon, and like in South Park's peak period as well, they created South Park the movie, which was a musical. So you compare it to like the Simpsons movie, which started to fall off when it came out. It's like they even adapted South Park into a musical, which was fantastic. And also as well, the same people who made South Park and the Book of Mormon made the equally criminally underrated Team America with Matt Damon.
Yeah, dude.
Who has never
Like
been
I
able
said,
to live that down ever.
with this so much like I'm not gonna like downplay of like cancel culture because it's bigger than that. It's more of just like a safety net kind of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we gotta be safe. We gotta be safe. We don't want to offend not even just people. We can't offend the stockholders. Like that's where it comes down to with comedians. It's not offending the crowd. It's offending the stockholders. that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if we're gonna see a Matt Stone, Trey Parker ever again.
No.
And it's crazy that like I experienced this in my lifetime, man. I experienced this in my lifetime.
No, you'll never see
So
them again. They're pioneers
the
for what they
past
did.
the past season, and I replayed Stick of Truth, brother.
Go back and watch the earlier stuff, man. Even like when you go back and watch Make Love Not Warcraft as an episode, it's one of the best episodes you'll ever
Yes.
see. It's
Oh
so
God,
smart.
dude. Yes.
They're so smart.
Yeah.
My
They're
favorite
all
one by
time
far is
capsules.
my favorite one by far is when I had a friend who would watch. She never watched it. She's like, I would just know they do fart jokes and stuff. I was like, you should watch it again with me. And then she watched it, and she's like, this is actually really smart and funny. I was like, yeah. I was like, when you cut through the message
Yeah.
of what they're doing, it's
Even the streaming wars, dude. The streaming wars was so good, dude. Like the way they handled like we can't have them streaming. And it was just a streaming water. Like it's like their minds where they go. It's so well crafted in just a week. Like this isn't planned out within months. They're just like, I got an idea within 6 days. It's mind blowing, man.
When you mentioned Stream Wars, it's like Console Wars when they did that with the Black Friday one as well.
Yes.
And it's like Sony has upped the game. It's like you could now get a $200 pre-order incentive, a map of Japan, and you automatically pre-order Metal Gear Solid 5. Sony has raised the game here. It's like the delivery of it. It's so good.
So good. But yeah, those are my two. Definitely.
Very good picks. Very good picks. I like that. I went nostalgic as well because I kind of alluded to it in my previous episode that we did. I'm going to second put that on focus because the noises. God damn it, notifications. I alluded to it. I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! In my spare time. Oh my god, I feel so old.
Yes.
That original season is just, oh my god. That first arc before Yu-Gi-Oh! Lost all sense of identity, which ironically it has. You have go and play it now. It's like just magic clone / one card game.
I used to enter Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitions when I was a kid.
Mate, I was at Yu-Gi-Oh! When Pot of Greed got banned and like everything else was banned on the list. Like I was looking at the ban list of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards like nowadays, and like some of the ones that were a staple cards in my game era, you can now play. So it's like it just shows you how much they've changed the meta to the point where you can play Chaos Emperor Dragon. That card was so broken when you played it, like they banned it immediately. It's like now we're taking off the ban list. It's the same with Harpy's Feather Duster. It's like because you changed the formatting so much, anyone can just do it. But like, oh my god, the designs, the art style, like I can't believe we've lost that as like an era of like what kind of games are being like anime TV shows. And it shows why it transcended popular culture, why it became so big and people collected it as well. Like nothing, I don't know if anything off the top of my head has anything smashed through the kind of like the culture in the way that Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all these things did from the 90s. I think we literally lived in the golden era. We were like born in the golden era and we saw so much of it. And like now nothing has broken through. Nothing has done it. I think again, Stranger Things is the only example I have. And even that's not gone into like that kind of way of it. It's not a Pokemon. When's the last Pokemon that happened of anything?
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's what I mean about South Park too. It's like we haven't had that kind of like you can definitely argue with Smiling Friends. Like you can definitely argue on that.
But Archer. Well, they're different though.
Archer. They're different. But yeah, man, I think we might be coming back to it pretty soon. But like we're in a dark age right now. Like the past 10 years have been like a dark age of like lost culture, you know?
Yeah, but the problem is it kind of like lost culture, lost records. I don't know. I think it's hard because like it has to be like, for example, like George Bush doing that, watch this drive, like, or the anything like that, like it was satirical. So even like, for example, when Obama wins in this satire in the elections and anything else, you could satire content. It's hard to do that now with anything because, like, even for example, they didn't really used to take the mick out of GTA because GTA is a satire product. But like even GTA feels less satire in the world at the minute compared to everything else that's going on. It feels like just a comedy joke of things that are going on. And it's hard to really make things like
it's hard.
Reference.
It's hard when like quite literally right now the United States is about to like go to war with Venezuela. And they're talking about the boats seeing like they literally said on Fox News, weapons of mass destruction. I was like, you've got to be kidding me, dude. You've got to be kidding me. Like when we say like we live in satire, I'm like, dude, you literally said that, right? To the point that a Trump staffer on Fox News said like, well, I think President Bush can do whatever he wants to like stop like these terrorists from coming in. I'm like, he literally said President Bush. I'm like, dog, you're like, what again? Like you said, like, what does Trey have to write on that? Like, they literally are just satiring themselves, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, like, if this is season 27, I can't wait till season 28 when Marjorie Taylor Greene runs for president. So that's gonna be a great season. So
it's crazy times. Yeah, all sound picks. So yeah, we'll sign off here. So thank you for joining us. We'll give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers before we go. So obviously, we're our wonderful Patreon subscribers: Kevin Lackner, Sunday, Clare, McLoughlin, Jake, Carly, Goldberry, Kevin Kestis, Clarx, MrAnselmi, Spunger, Lost Fan, Paul Groschke, Xavier, and Ashlyn. Thank you so much for the Patreon support. The Patreon incentive will come live very soon, and I'm going to try and tweak that Patreon as well. Going into 2026 is my plan to get things changed on that. Abby's still alive, if you're wondering. Hopefully, we'll get her back on it at some point in 2026. That's in the works or something. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what your feelings are on things. Are you going to buy anything from Bloom and Rage? We want to hear it. What items should they make? Let us know in the comments. We'll be excited to hear what you've got to say. But yeah, we'll sign off here. So thank you so much for joining us. If you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, share with your friends. And also as well, StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. So check us out on Spotify with a video version, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. You can find us there. Stay tuned. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Later.
Ready for the mosh pit, shaka bra.